Albert Einstein was once asked what he thought was the most powerful force in the universe. He didn't say nuclear energy or gravity. He reportedly replied, compound interest. He called it the eighth wonder of the world, adding, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." This isn't just a clever quote. It is the single most important secret to building wealth, and it's available to everyone. Today, we're going to break down the magic of compound interest in a simple way. I'll show you why it has the power to make you rich, even if you start with very little money. So, what is compound interest? Let's forget the complicated formulas for a moment. The definition is simple. Compound interest is the interest you earn on your original money, plus all the interest you've earned on that interest. It's the process of your money-making babies, and then those babies growing up and making their own babies. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small. Your first roll packs a bit of snow onto your initial snowball. That's simple interest. But on the second roll, you're not just adding new snow. You're adding snow to the new, slightly larger snowball. As it keeps rolling, it picks up more and more snow with each rotation, growing exponentially faster until it becomes an unstoppable avalanche of wealth. This incredible process is driven by three key levers. Understanding these is the key to unlocking its power. The first lever is the principal. This is the initial amount of money you invest. The more you start with, the bigger your initial snowball, and the faster it will grow. But even a small principal can become massive with the help of the other two levers. The second lever is the rate of return. This is the percentage your money grows by each year. Think of this as the stickiness and quality of the snow. A higher rate of return, like the historical 10% average of the stock market, means more snow sticks with each roll, accelerating your snowball's growth. But the third lever is the most important of all. It's the one that creates the true magic. That lever is time. Time is the length and steepness of the hill. The longer the hill, the more time your snowball has to roll, gather momentum, and grow to an enormous size. Time is the most powerful multiplier in the entire equation. The rule of 72. Before we see the power of time in action, let me give you a quick mental math trick called the rule of 72. If you want to know how long it will take for your investment to double, just divide the number 72 by your annual rate of return. For example, if you're earning a 10% return, you divide 72 by 10. It will take approximately 7.2 years for your money to double. If you're only earning a 3% return in a savings account, it will take 24 years for your money to double. This simple rule shows you just how critical your rate of return is. Now, let's combine this with the lever of time. The story of smart Sarah and late Leo. Meet Sarah and Leo. Both are 25 years old and want to become millionaires. Sarah is disciplined. She starts investing right away, putting just $300 a month into a simple S&P 500 ETF that earns an average of 10% per year. Leo, on the other hand, decides to wait. He thinks he's young and has plenty of time. He spends that $300 a month on fancy dinners, new gadgets, and weekend trips. He's enjoying the present. Sarah invests her $300 every single month for 10 years. At age 35, she has invested a total of $36,000 of her own money. Her account, thanks to compound growth, is now worth about $60,000. At this point, Sarah decides to stop investing completely. She gets a new job, has a family, and never adds another dollar to her retirement account. She just lets her $60,000 snowball continue to roll down the hill. Now, let's look at Leo. At age 35, he has a great time but has zero in his investment account. He realizes he's behind and finally starts investing. To catch up, he decides to invest the same $300 a month, just like Sarah did. But he doesn't stop after 10 years. He invests $300 every single month for the next 30 years, all the way until he's 65. Over those 30 years, Leo invests a total of $108,000 of his own money. He was diligent and sacrificed for 3 decades. Now, it's time for them both to retire at age 65. Who do you think has more money? Let's look at Leo first. His consistent, 30-year investment of $108,000 has grown to a very impressive $600,000. He's done well for himself. But what about Sarah? Remember, she only ever invested $36,000 and she stopped completely 30 years ago. Her small $60,000 Snowball, left to roll on its own for 3 decades, has grown into an avalanche. At age 65, Sarah's account is worth over $1 million. Think about that. Sarah invested 1/3 of the money, but ended up with almost double the result. How is that possible? She had a 10-year head start. She gave her money the one thing it needed most: time. Her money worked for her for 40 years. Leo's money only worked for him for 30. That single decade was the difference between being a millionaire and not. That is the magic and the undeniable mathematical power of compound interest. The most important ingredient for building wealth isn't a high income or a lucky stock pick. It's starting early and letting time do the heavy lifting. So how do you put this incredible force to work for you? It's simpler than you think. Step 1. You need a place to invest. This is your brokerage account. We covered the best options in my last video, so if you haven't opened an account yet, that is your first priority. Step 2. You need something to invest in. For most people, a low-cost, diversified ETF like an S&P 500 index fund is the perfect vehicle. It gives you a solid rate of return by owning a piece of the entire market. Step 3. You need to be consistent. This is where you apply the lesson from Sarah. You must invest regularly, no matter what. Set up automatic investments in your brokerage account. Tell it to take $50, $100, or whatever you can afford, and invest it on the same day every single month. This automates your discipline and ensures your snowball keeps rolling, even when you forget about it. The biggest takeaway is this: the money you invest in your 20s is more powerful than the money you invest in your 30s, which is more powerful than the money you invest in your 40s. Every single day you wait to start investing is a day you are robbing your future self of the most powerful wealth-building tool in the universe. You don't need a lot of money to become wealthy. What you need is a little bit of money and a lot of time. Don't let the story of Leo discourage you if you're starting later. The lesson isn't to regret the past, but to act in the present. The second best time to start investing is always today. Every dollar you invest is an employee you hire to work for your future. If you found this video valuable, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos where we'll dive deeper into building wealth and mastering your money. Now I have a question for you. At what age did you start investing? Or when do you plan to start? Drop a comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.